This is Dallas Darden.
Chase Petty.
This is Sports Review Weekly. Friday, your Knights took on the Goodpasture Cougars and came out with a heavy dub, 41-9. Antoine Roberts, star player of the game, had 382 yards from scrimmage and 4 touchdowns on the day. The Knights wrap up the regular season 5-5, and for the first round of the playoffs, they'll take a trip to Chattanooga to face the Red Raiders of Baylor, who the Knights fell to in the regular season, 22-15.
Also have a 4-6 record.
Yes, sir. The Knights this week look forward to get the first playoff win in school history, a feat that has never been achieved.
The Tennessee Vols took a loss to the Gamecocks in a 21-24 game, and Vanderbilt was on top of the Arkansas Razorbacks, 45-31.
31. The Titans are coming off a bye week, and they're going into Dallas to face the Cowboys. Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott, and company.
Basketball season at JP2 is kicking off today.
Coach Wade and company are getting their things together for a stellar season this year. The basketball team is led by seniors Jaden Young and Ben Nixon, who look to carry the team with their experience and leadership.
We're here with Coach Geis, head coach, JP2 football team, and we're back to ask a few questions. JP2 had a defeat against Baylor this year in the region already once. It's a close game, but nonetheless a loss. How does this affect going into the playoff game this week against that same Baylor opponent?
It's a good question. I think obviously it was a very tough fought battle earlier this year, but I think the resiliency of our team has been as good or better than it's ever been. Being able to, if you remember back to that game, be able to tie up that game, go for a 2-point conversion, and tie that game up in the fourth quarter was awesome. It was just a few plays, I think, on either side of the ball and special teams that were left out there that our team can make, and I believe in that, and our coaches believe in that, and I think our players believe in that. And, I think that could be the difference between possibly a regular season game and a playoff game. And also talking about playoff football, we're trying to get our players to understand the level of compete. The last couple of years we've hosted playoff games. We've continued to raise the level of the program, the expectations of the program. And now going into this year, I think our players are understanding that it is a different level. It's a different compete level. There's a different energy level. There'll be different expectations as far as execution and everything else. Everything rises, cream rises to the top at this time of year, and we're trying to be at our highest level. And I think we're really close to doing that.
And from the last game, there's been a few losses due to injury. How has your team adjusted to those losses going into this game?
I mean, I think in football, you've got to always expect that there's going to be some of that. It's a physical game, and especially as the year winds on. It's not just JP2 football; it's all the teams in the state that deal with those sort of things. Right. Unfortunately, we've had a few this year that certainly are good ball players for us that make plays. But we're trying to teach our players to have that next guy up mentality, and that next guy needs to be prepared to go in there and not have a drop off, so we're able to continue to execute, continue to make plays, and continue to push ourselves over that hump. So I think, again, like a lot of things in the program more than ever, I think guys are starting to do that better, and guys are not using that as a crutch or using that as an excuse as much, and going out and doing what we do and playing hard and kind of letting it take care of itself.
Oh. And so, Coach Geis, I think I already hit on it though, but what would you take from the loss and do differently in the game this Friday?
I think it's more, as far as doing differently, I think, like I said, I think we've got good game plans on both sides of the ball, and our players have been executing that so far through practice this week. I think it's really getting our team to understand that a lot of these games come down to 2, 3, 4 plays, and we've got to be on the positive end of making those plays. So it's executing the plays. I wouldn't say there's one thing or another thing or one drastic thing we do differently. I think it's more about going out and playing a complete game, 4 quarters of football, and making execution really an effort at the top of our list, which our players know that. I think they're up for that challenge, and I think if we do those things, we're going to give ourselves a really good chance.
All right, we heard it here first from Coach Geis.
Hold up, stop. Did you start it yet? You already started it?
I can stop it if you want.
It's okay.
What do you do?
Huh?
What do you want to do?
That's what.
Okay. All right.
Usually there's a fiesta going on in that class over there. The,
Now what? No. Is that it for sure? This?
you feel that's it? I feel that's it.
Is it?
Yeah, right? We have nothing else to talk about.